Welcome, Nakia, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me today. I know you got so much going on, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So I wanted to talk to you, go back to when we met. We first met was about 3 months ago, right?
Yep.
Where were you at that time?
At that time when we met, I was in a really dark place, mentally and physically, with my health, my mental. I mean, everything was just, I didn't know whether I was coming or going. But I put on a good facade because I have a family. So nobody else knew the dark place I was in, but I was in a really dark place. I did what I needed to do for the business. I didn't do things with much faith, even for the family business, the for-profit business. You know, I just kind of did the normal that I was used to doing really my whole life, is just being a robot, you know, going through the midst of things, but not really attacking what I was dealing with emotionally. So nothing never seemed to satisfy me. Nothing ever seemed to get completed. I would always seem like I would start one thing and, okay, this is not going to work out. So now I'm over here. And okay, this is not going to work out. So now I'm over here. But you know, I think God started putting things in place because he had a calling for me. And I started meeting people. And I normally wouldn't post dark things, but I started to find groups where I can isolate myself, excuse me, from people who knew me, so that I didn't have to share those intimate things with them. I found private groups where I can share those posts. And, you know, that's where I would get out what I thought I needed to. I thought that's what I needed to begin my healing, which it ultimately ended up being exactly what I needed, because that's how I met you. So it really was what I needed, because you saw one of my posts and you responded. And, you know, in the beginning, I was kind of standoffish, you know, with our interaction, our relationship. And I kind of would tell you general things, you know, hey, this is my day. I hate it. God, it sucks. Like, it was like everything that came out my mouth was absolute negative. Nothing was with hope. Nothing had faith in it. You know, it was in there deep down, but what I would put out my mouth was nowhere near what I felt should be going on, if that makes sense. So
it does.
When I met you and you sent me these things, and I was like, you know, I do this all, like, I've had this so much in the past, like meet people and they want to introduce you to their way of how you can heal. And I would take the information, but never would really follow through. Like, okay, thank you, I got it, you know. But for some reason, excuse me, when you sent me that email, God told me, no, you need to open that. You've done this. That's the problem. This is what you've done every time I've sent you somebody to help you out of that dark place. Every time I sent you somebody that you asked me for to pick you back up, or every time I put you in a position to get out of that dark place, you would run from it, from fear of something new. So needless to say, I opened the email. And I began to read, and I began to listen, and then I began to do. And I didn't realize how much of an impact writing down your vision as if you're standing there. I didn't realize how much of an impact that can really have on your life. And I'll tell you, The first time I did one of the exercises was to write down where I saw myself in 5 years in the present time. And when I did that, I started to cry.
Mm-hmm.
God revealed to me that everything I wanted, the person I always wanted to be, I already was her.
Yeah.
I was hiding her. And I was spending too much time worried about what everybody else thought of me and not enough of what God created me to be, and being just happy for that. And so with that, it was like, I could do this. I could create this nonprofit. I deserve to help these children. I love them. It's coming from a place of passion. You deserve to be where you want to be. I can love my babies and love on them the way I choose to. It's my choice.
Yes.
It's my choice to get up and have a good day.
Absolutely.
It's my choice to be successful. It's my choice to do whatever it is that I want to do. And that's okay. There's no selfishness in it. It doesn't make me a bad person. It actually opens up the door to allow me to move the way that I was called to move. And that day that I opened that email and started those exercises changed my life forever.
How soon after you started doing the writing and doing that internal work did your external results start showing up better in your life?
Hey, people might not believe it, but immediately. I mean, immediately. I stopped having that fear to go out and go after what I wanted and needed in my life. I mean, we even started almost immediately getting jobs for the other company. People just started reaching out to me out of nowhere that wanted to be a part of my organization. People that I never thought would have supported me or even thought about me. But here they are, believing in me, supporting me, and telling me that I'm touching them, that I am making an impact on them. And I'm like, how? Like, I couldn't believe it. And it's like confirmation. There you go.
Yeah, for sure. That is wonderful. When we have something we're working towards, and through the law of attraction, what we put out comes back to us, good or bad. So in your heart, you had this good you wanted to put out, but you had an energy block, really, if I can call it that.
Yeah.
Tell me what your life is like now compared to when you were bold and brave and smart enough to open that email and take a chance on yourself.
Right. Man, it's amazing, honestly. I mean, sometimes I sit, because I worship every morning. Every morning I get up, whether it's a good day or bad day. I start my morning out with that. And when I tell you, sometimes I just sit and I just smile. I might even drop a tear, because it's like, even though the material pieces are not aligned the way that I would want them to, my heart has a better understanding that they're aligned exactly how they're supposed to be. And I'm able to only really see how much good is coming from it at this point. It's hard for me to see anything negative. So before, it's like, and for instance, you talk about donated property. Well, one of the properties, we couldn't use it. We would have loved to use it. Beautiful home, but it wasn't zoned right. Me prior to 3 months ago probably would have broke down, gave up. I don't want to do this anymore. Must not be for me. That must have been a sign to let go. But because of where I am now emotionally and mentally, I was able to look at that situation and say, oh, okay, God, that means you have something better. That just means that that wasn't the location we need to be in, but that's okay, because it's not in my timing, it's in his timing. And as long as I'm able to understand that, I have a better outlook on life. But I definitely know that if I always see the positive, nothing but positive can come.
My next question for you is, what advice would you give to other women who have opportunities come to them, either myself or somebody else, lending a hand and offering to help lift them up? What advice would you give them?
I would say the best advice I can give to anyone is you have to take control. It's okay to be selfish when you're keeping things that are not good for your health away from you. And let's face it, negativity ultimately is not good for your health. Gossip is not good for your health. And just because it seemed normal, because that's what you grew up around, or that's what everyone around you did, doesn't mean that it has to be your normal. You don't have to subject yourself to things that you're not comfortable with. But the moment I stopped thinking about the negative things and started thinking more about the blessings that were around me. But you gotta just stay positive. It's hard, but it's worth it. And it's simple things that can help you keep yourself in that positive mind frame. Put your affirmations on your mirror. Somewhere you get up every day and confront first thing. You'll be amazed at how that one little thing can begin the process of changing your whole.
So powerful.
You will be amazed. I was amazed, and it wasn't until I met you.
Oh,
I'm serious.
thank you.
It's not the first time I heard of staying positive, and what you think is what you manifest. But it wasn't until God brought us together that I understood, and you said it to me, that I would be amazed at how some of the simplest things will change your life.
Yeah.
And they did.
What was different with how you chose to open my email and didn't take all of the other help that was offered to you before?
It was what you said. Of course, initially you introduced yourself. You told me who you were. You told me what you did. You were always very honest and open. Mm-hmm. But when you saw that, it may not work for me at the moment to be a client, mm-hmm. you didn't back off. When I didn't take heed and dish out money and say, hey, I want to buy your program, or I want to invest, you stayed on me as a friend. Mm-hmm. And, you said, hey, I just want you to look at it. No strings attached, mm-hmm. because I just want to help you, because you felt it in your heart that I needed some help. And I did. Mm-hmm. I did. Yeah. And so when you said those things to me, it was like I sat there and I said, you got to look at it. You got to see. Because somebody that kind, that genuine, who's not pushing you about money. I mean, even when you would contact me after, because it took me a couple weeks when you sent me before I finally went in. But mm-hmm. even when you would reach out to me within that time frame, it wasn't like you was asking me, but did you do the program yet? But did you do it? You were checking on me. Yeah. How are you doing today? I just wanted to check on you.
Just checking.
How's your day going? And so I said, man, somebody that genuine, that pleasant, I have to see what helped her to get there. Yeah. I got to see, because I would love to be that person. I would love to be able to encourage people and genuinely be there for mm-hmm. others and have my own heart in the right place, because I'm there for people. I mean, people contact me now to talk to me and vent to me, and people told me I had impacts on things that they've chosen. But while I was helping them, I was crying inside. I want to be able to help people and actually be believing what I'm telling them.
All we need somebody to go there, just
right.
go there, and don't even, just open the door and look. Don't even walk through. At least try it, because you've got nothing to lose, because people are already when they're in a bad place, they got nothing to lose and they got everything to gain. So why not try it? Now you've come down this road and you have a charity now that you've opened. You mentioned the housing, and it's in Cincinnati, right?
That's right.
Is that right? Tell us about your charity. When did it come about? What's it called? What does it do?
All right. So it is called the Louise Shropshire Corporation. I founded it and started it in July of 2020. It is named after my great-grandmother. In honor of her, my great-grandmother was a civil rights activist and a gospel singer and a pastor. And she used to foster children herself and help women who were displaced or just needed help, in the church and whatnot. And so I've always been led to help teens, to help youth, not just girls, but girls and boys. And so my organization, we will provide safe housing, education, trade skills, and life skills for youth, at-risk youth in Cincinnati, Ohio, and surrounding areas, giving them a home, independent living as well, teaching them skills for them to be out on their own when they age out of the system. Eventually, our ultimate vision is also to have transitional housing in that way, because a lot of times when the kids age out, they don't have anywhere to go. So once they turn 18, they're pretty much on their own. We give them resources and try and help them find a house or apartment or whatnot. But a lot of times that doesn't work. And a lot of times they end up on the street and homeless or doing drugs and out of jail, being trafficked. So we want to also set something in place in the future, where we are also having independent living apartments for the teens that age out of the system. The group home now will be structured to house kids 12 to 17 that are temporarily or permanently displaced from home. They can't be at home at the moment. Usually they'll be court ordered to us most of the time. We're looking to have several locations, because at each home will house between 7 to 10 girls or 7 to 10 boys, depending on which housing it will be, but they're not co-ed. So it'll be homes for boys and homes for girls individually. Right now, as you know, we have a couple events coming up. We have the Mother-Son Dance. You could purchase those tickets on Eventbrite. All those proceeds goes to the home. They're $30 in advance and $40 at the door, to be held at Code 51 in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's at 11473 Chester Road, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. It'll be cash prizes for the best dressed, and we'll have door prizes as well. But again, all the proceeds will go to us. We are looking to purchase a 5-bedroom home in the Cincinnati area for our first location. It will be for teen girls between 12 and 17. And then shortly after, we're looking to secure another 5-bedroom home for boys between the ages of 12 and 17, in Cincinnati, Ohio. So, and it's me and my sister, Dina Curry. She's my partner, and I have a slew of team members who are amazing. And I just can't thank you guys enough, because you don't understand how you guys believing in me has made such an impact on me fulfilling my dream.
Wonderful.
So thank you guys for that. Like, I can't thank you guys for that.
And thank you. That's such a beautiful, beautiful work you're doing for sure. So in terms of donation, if people can't make it to your dance because of travel restrictions and that sort of thing, how else can people support you and your charity? Are you taking donations or like financial donations, or what does that look like for you?
Yes, we are taking financial donations. And if you go online to purchase a ticket at Eventbrite, all that money comes to us. We set that up for free, so all that comes to us. Being a nonprofit, you can purchase your tickets as of now. They are on sale now, and we also have Cash App right now, but you can also send donations to PO Box 82979, Conyers, Georgia 30013. And that's our official PO box for the whole organization.
Okay, thank you for being so honest and open and sharing your journey with everybody. I really appreciate it, and you are truly an inspiration to anybody and everybody who is feeling stuck and feel like there's nothing out there for them. There is, and
it definitely is.
Sometimes we just gotta reach.
Can happen for you, so.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day, Connie.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.